a forest serene, lush beyond measure, cradled in a verdant valley. The o'er-saturated jungle, warm as the womb. Heliotic tendrils nestle like lovers in the blessed bower of the brush. The dawn emerges as a herald, resplendent and clear, hearkening all creation to gaze upon a wonder. From within the swollen mound, sweet Gaia's gentle bush, our object is espied. The mountains thunder tremulous glories, the trees rustle in the rushing wind. The creatures craft a critterous choir, chittering chipmunks and twittering jays, twittering foxes and fawning bays, yawning sloths and dawning doves. A joyful noise, polyphonic praise, running over, ululations exultant. Yelping lungs and flowing forte tumble down the gushing walls. A vivaldic vision, the vivifying sight. Spring bursts forth, birthing flowers, orchids blooming in the bright. In all this placid kingdom, its citizens assembled for the breach. All ears hear, all eyes witness, all souls tremble before a rapture most precious. Life, fecundant life, unfurls in all its splendor.
Apologizes not for himself, but just for others' sake. Corrosion and erosion, the friends he knows best, just like the rusted razor baptized in hard water stains. Spill and stretch, he feels the after effects of the gruesome, uncaring cycle of sleep or unrest. It's 4 a.m., 2 p.m., 5 a.m., 3 p.m., doesn't matter. 6 a.m., 4 p.m., circadian rhythm ruins him, working for the government 3 days a week, awaiting eagerly the death of his spine. All mirror dissolving, claustrophobic reasoning that stems from solidarity. A waste of time, nobody cares, he's not special. Singular peach still untouched, decaying and surrounded by the coffee grounds all scattered round the kitchen table. Mountain of mail still untouched, displaying all their angry letters spilling down in rivers of black ink.
Living alone and unseen, it's not a tragedy. Never to be the one hurt, cause no one bothers me. Unwanted is a state of mind that can crumble even giants, but all I feel is vapid apathy.
Spider in the bathroom window doing all the gathering of bugs, so he doesn't have to close the window ever. Secretly he wishes it would talk to him a little, but there's nothing there to spill because the spider couldn't ask. Drowning in the absence of reaction, it's a chore to be the only one considering a fluid strain of thought, but somebody has gotta do it.
Somebody has gotta do it.
None of his wishes have ever gone out of his head. Closet stays open so he doesn't forget about the past where it all made a little more sense. Just smile and tell them lies. His mother never bothered to investigate anyway. Disoriented in daze, he hasn't left for days. The horrifying sound of second hands ticking around him, and the second hand smoke from the apartment above him, and his shaky hand documenting all the things he barely remembers.
Living alone and unseen, it's not a tragedy. Never to be the one hurt, cause no one bothers me. Unwanted is a state of mind that can crumble even giants, but all I feel is vapid apathy.
is a friend of his and passion is an enemy. The washer and the dryer sparkle brilliantly. Willingly he looks outside the window every other day. Doesn't shower, awkward when his neighbor knocks, asking unimportant questions. Microwave dinners have never tasted worse. Turkey gravy, quick to come back, the bowl is merciless and hungry. Dusty Windows 7 machine, no longer running right. The government job has never brought him joy. Data, seeking an experience bigger than what he's cultivated. Never had much faith in the God, much less himself. See, the missionaries never bother knocking anymore, because the last time they paid him a visit he just cried. Tired of being over-rested, he'd rather be arrested at this point for some ethical violation of sanity. Honesty, brutally despondent. There's only so long you can go before you spill.
Living alone and unseen might be a tragedy. Never to be the one loved, cause no one bothers me. Unwanted is a state of mind that can last you even decades, but all I feel is vapid apathy. Living alone and unseen might be a tragedy. Never to be the one loved, cause no one bothers me. Unwanted is a state of mind that can last you even decades, but all I feel is vapid apathy.
Defined by lies, living is less than a ghost. Is there any joy to find light for the prison? Light for the prison.
Flowers. 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 Keisha fell in love day that she turned 16. Told her mom he's the one, he'd never let her down. Felt the moon strike her eyes or the bluebird in her heart that she swore she could be free of. Her mother laughed but the back of her mind cried, don't you let your good girl go out with no damn boy. She could still hear the voice of her own mom ringing out, warning her, there are no good boys. Sweatshirt teasing him, telling him make your life something good. He could scream to his dad or his black cat, I'm not a perfect man, don't want to hurt you. His father sighed and his mom turned her face down. Why can't you use what we give you so kindly? Aiden figured that he wanted to do better, but he told his mom these few words, there are no good boys. 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 Flowers are no good boys. There are no good boys. There are no good boys. Keisha told her mom on the eve of her wedding, back when I met that guy that I first dated. I should have listened when you told me he was wasting all the love I gave all those years. Well, he lied and I cried. But see, the man I'm gonna marry isn't like that. Aiden can see that he won't be the moonlight. He can free the bluebird, but he also knows that when it breaks him, we'll rest in patience. He can free the bluebird, but he also knows that when it breaks him. He can free the bluebird, but he also knows there's waves that exist.
I wanna see you grow, like my anxieties when we're all alone and I touch your face quietly. I wanna see you shine, just like a circus freak when you're doing fine, but you're scared to show sympathy.
I am ecstatic to discover I've been lost in the woods at 3:35 p.m. The sky a little fake and the ground a little too real. Frozen flood in the atmosphere.
I see you like a bird, a little chickadee, blissfully aware of the icicle haunting me. I see you like a dream, a burning spine. As you fall apart, I can picture just your outline.
I am ecstatic to discover I've been lost in the woods at 3:35 p.m. The sky a little fake and the ground a little too real. Frozen flood in the atmosphere.
I am a bomb with the width of a toothpick. I'll be the face in the cell. I am a bomb with the brain of a human, scorched to the core. Apoplectic.
I'd rather be alone than with an enemy, cause if we're both insane, I'd rely on you passively. You can scream while I ignite, set the woods aflame till the leaves resemble daylight.
I am ecstatic to discover I've been lost in the woods at 3:35 p.m. The sky a little fake and the ground a little too real. Frozen flood in the atmosphere.
No need for a bomb when I can listen to your static. Jump into the lake so you feel like you're addict. I'm an autopilot, I'm an automatic. Our energy's atomic, no scientist can stop it. Ping pong, flip and flop, call a conversation. Suckers leave broken glass, boil that equation. Blend into Popeyes, like their dilation. Cardinal octagon, stop, stop. 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 Stop, stop.
We were not made to be this way in the surging oceans. We
we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to buy that.
Warped, shaped, molded by numbers that talk to numbers. We got structures on you. And oh, there's so much data, preference, algorithms, features that can read you. We got something for you. Don't skip away now.
We think you like this, we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to buy that.
Happy, joyful, cheerful, all these people love our product. We promise pleasure for you. No matter if you're gay, black, deaf, Christian, everybody's loving it. We bet you could love it. Don't turn that dial.
We think you like this, we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to buy that. You think you like this, we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to buy that. 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 Buy that.
Before you unsubscribe, please take our survey. On a scale of 1 to 10, just tell us, would you
buy that?
Dear valued customer, we're sad you're leaving. Our ad was honest, but it seems like you don't
buy that.
Oh, are you single? Well, we can fix that. You don't like your options, but perhaps you ought to try that.
The future's at your hands. We bet you feel that. Time is running out for you, so you just have to buy that. Look past the places where we source our labor and our faces. Each and every member of our staff is thrilled to serve you. We want you to be happy. It's your time in the spotlight. All we need from you is your attention, please.
We think you like this, we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to buy that. We think you like this, we know you like that. We see your cravings, cause we know you like that. You may not want this, you may not need that. You can't ignore us, cause you want to.
The Tesla coil's bouncing all over the place. Everything's chaos. Everything's chaos. Everything's chaos. Everything's chaos. Everything's
Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain.
chaos, chaos. Everything's chaos.
Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain.
Tesla coil bouncing.
Showering inside a candle, watching my reflection burst open to reveal a little cluster of my self-inflicted mirror scars. Never have I worn them like a scarf, but I gotta get my towel transfer done before dark. Abandoning the dream of spending every waking moment in the memory of faded baby blue paint peeling off a summer lake house somewhere in the Minnesota woods, static in the corner of my mind. Glass lake running over dead leaves, spilling out a fast-paced animation. Anybody falling through a canyon couldn't see the echo of the shadow in the sunset, hidden in a desktop background. Fireflies, band-aids, ripping out the parking lot, putting in a good word rather than a high-rise, dancing on the high, feeling lower than the ceiling. Butterflies, flintlock, key to the brain.
Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain.
Chaos, chaos. Bouncing, bouncing.
Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain. Voyage through a scorching brain.
Get up, wait for the automated color shuffle, cut it. For the solitaire pinball, turn up the title to the sound of God's fingers, run it on back to the boardwalk. Page, Arizona, jamming in the backseat, switching gears, missing teeth, taking out the comb now. Photograph a little square corner of the mirror, better hurry cause the water couldn't triple overnight. Gotta escape the nuclear face, circular pace, the window fell out and the branches all scraped. On the middle left panel of the hall clock, rearrange every single butterfly, paper in the cabin and deposit every other XYZ, radius, tibia, pressure on the milkman, get him back, get up.
Voyage through a scorching brain. 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 Voyage through a scorching brain.
Bounce it. Bounce it. Bounce it. Bounce it. Bounce it.
Of your insides, escape the limits of my eyes. The flaws you clutch to paint your blood have overcome your childhood. The blazing rays of sunshine are hardening the fruitless vines that sweat a fence you built yourself to beg their useless hope to melt.
Another bowl of pointless soup that will not wake you. Another morning star that won't break through. And you can choose to be alone at the drive-in, the very place I wish to find the perfect phantom friends.
You may say it's unfair to compare, but I know how it hurts when you're scared. See the world through my eyes. See the world through my eyes. There's so much more to this life than you know. Kitchen has yet to prove its worth. The blistered blood that coats the fence will never turn to mirth. But while the moon reveals the frost, the shadows seem to shrink. The strangers in the grocery line extrapolate the ink.
You may wish to pretend it depends, but I think this is how to begin.
See the world through my eyes. See the world through my eyes. There's so much more to this life than you see. The world through my dismiss the weight of constant focus. Every maple leaf betrays a deeper joy. Every broken smile lets the light in somewhere. Why do you insinuate it's only noise? What if all the weeds inside your concrete garden generate a city for the ants and bees? What if every person person that you see as paper folds a dented flower in their gentle crease. Fear behind your eyes is asking why I bother. Must there be a reason why I care for you? I wish you weren't subjected to deceptive voices. Let me show you what I see.
When I saw you on the church steps, all the golden pictures of angels dissipated, were replaced with innocent wonder that you rejected. From the days when you were young, the skies had seemed to sparkle with spring stains, but the autumn and its beauty crowned your mind with visions of freedom.
Of my insides are breaching darkness in your eyes. The memory of the shining sun aligns with all your grooves as one. And vines across your fence have flowered out as confidence. All the earth may stay a blur, but now at least it's easier to see the world through my eyes. See the world through my eyes. There's so much more to this life than you know.
The real Mr. Gray, he could never turn away, wouldn't last another day if he got his way. The real Mr. Gray was dissolved in the fray when the fog fall came in the middle of May. Digital collateral, ice cold Adderall, it's natural they claim, a natural result of the fall. Bathed in the cherry red flame, in the gray scratch marks on the gas main. Animal depleted, boundary exceeded, it's guttural they say, a guttural allowance of the fray. Smells like a condiment stain or a snowy shirt soaked in a burnt brain. The real Mr. Gray, he could never turn away, wouldn't last another day if he got his way. The real Mr. Gray was dissolved in the fray when the fog fall came in the middle of May. The real Mr. Gray, he could never turn away, wouldn't last another day if he got his way. The real Mr. Gray was dissolved in the fray when the fog fall came in the middle of May. Portable diversion, sickening recursion, it's typical they say, a typical convulsion of the spring, clustered in the Russian depiction, and the riots in the streets, they were fiction. Gathering serenity, gaining an identity, it's pitiful they say. Who were they to make that call? The fog fall could never fade away, but if it did, then all the salmon in the air would never be the same. The real Mr. Gray, he could see the light of day, sort of figured he would pay if he left the fray. The real Mr. Gray knew exactly what to say when the wall fell down and he went the other way. The real Mr. Gray, he could see the light of day. Sorta figured he would pay if he left the fray. The real Mr. Gray knew exactly what to say when the painkiller stopped and he couldn't look away.
Frolic in the undertow, worship gods he doesn't know, but he's got a reputation for working alone. Missed a footprint in the dark, left his life to feel a spark, but it's rife with connotations of living a drone. Come to find, everybody's got a place to hide, fully aware that there's another side, strung up a wall with no peace of mind, that's fine. Bring your sons, bring everybody in your family, a toast to your head, no enemy. Here we can all be truly free, that's right. He takes the flare gun to the empty evening sky and watches as it fills with pieces of a marble pattern hallway deep in central city limits, where the remnant of his shot will burn for no one but the mothers of the rapidly declining population of the world that was shattered by the fogfall.
The real Mr. Gray, he could never turn away, wouldn't last another day if he got his way. The real Mr. Gray was dissolved in the fray when the fogfall came in the middle of May. The real Mr. Gray, he could never turn away, wouldn't last another day if he got his way. The real Mr. Gray was dissolved in the fray when the fogfall came in the middle of May.
This one to all the young angels who wander. They only told you the tears in your soul. No time to love you when dealing with hunger. They shred your map and then call you a fool. Emphasize penitence rather than diligence. Block out the windows with false flags of hope. Dull swords paraded in facets of innocence. How are you simply expected to cope? How is it that the purest of candles are held by the darkest? How is it that the whitest of lilies are soiled by frost? How is it that the purest of candles are held by the darkest? How is it that the whitest of lilies are covered by endless night? Off to the battle they started with strangers. They only care about saving their face. No time to listen when faced with the dangers of losing their place in a tireless race. Disregard race as a matter of hopelessness, hoping for chaos to fade in the background. Too scared to question the reason they live with this fear of the angels they flagrantly drowned. How is it that the purest of candles are held by the darkest? How is it that the whitest of lilies are soiled by frost? How is it that the purest of candles are held by the darkest? How is it that the whitest of lilies are covered by endless night? Leave leaving you stranded with sour contusions, grasping for homes in the ugliest blocks. Scoff as they warn you of spangled illusions. Reptiles are desperate to fence off their rocks.
Why is it that the salt is now bitter and streams are now mud? Why is it that tears are condemned and anger is blood? Why is it that my heart is now hardened and I keep doors locked? Why is it that angels pass on right after they've knocked?
The butterfly effect is a phrase used to describe the process by which one small change in a system of events can dramatically alter the large-scale outcome of that system. Although the concept is most relevant in meteorology and engineering, it can also be used to quantify real-world situations involving human interactions, and in some extreme cases.
Butterfly lied to my face. They all said it was the truth. They all told me I was loose.
Nope.
Every single butterfly drowned what I feared. They all said I shouldn't laugh. They all gifted me the chance.
Right.
Probably should have known there was no way it was real. I just really hoped it was. Probably should have known that I shouldn't trust the bugs. I just really hoped I could. Never thought that I should try. Never thought that I could cry. Never wanted more than this. But they said I did. So why the hell did I listen? Every stupid butterfly couldn't look it straight. Never seen it coming on. Always had to play along. Every stupid butterfly didn't tell me how to fly.
Nope.
They all left me in the sky, landed on my own.
Thank you.
Probably should have asked, but I did. The sky was red, I just wanted the excuse. Probably should have asked for some time to myself. I just needed to escape. Never thought that I should try. Never thought that I could cry. Never wanted more than this, but they said I did.
So why the hell did I listen?
Every single butterfly. Every single butterfly. Blah, blah.
If I had to lie, cut the cake, what's the rainbow? Where is all the love? It's not here, never has been, never will be. Couldn't cheat me, I don't trust me, is that dumb? If I didn't lie to the bugs and forgave them, where are all their tears? They aren't here, never have been, never will be. Did they cheat me? I won't save me, someone else. If you wouldn't lie to my face, you'd be nicer. Where are all your fears on your face? I can hear them, always know them, trust you more than, why not listen? Leaves are gold.
Never thought that I should try. Never thought that I could cry. Never wanted more than this, but they said I did.
So why the hell did I listen?
Every lying butterfly floating back across the night, consciously concede then, cautiously believe them. Wonder if they missed me, statue standing all around, holding on the handrail. Come on out. chance, but my mind is in the clear.
Right.
Every lying butterfly won't see me try. There's no reason to deny.
They all told me I was loose.
Yep.
Never knew that I would try. Never knew that they might die. Never tried to change my mind, but I said I could. So what the hell am I doing?
One small change in a system of events can dramatically alter the large-scale outcome of that system. Although the concept is most relevant in meteorology and engineering, it can also be used to quantify real-world situations involving human interactions, and in some extreme cases, human relationships.
That progressively encroach on the fascinating, ever-changing pillars of our social network. Inescapable from A to Z, from 5 to 95, from low to high across the continents. Designed to seemingly just interrupt the course of daily life while also keeping it in line. Is it God, or is it man or woman, objects, cultures, pawns of our environment? How to navigate the interaction split between relations of opposing brains and all those in between.
That wasn't me!
Out the window of your Chevy in the parking lot of Walgreens at the corner of the town where you grew up.
That wasn't me!
Down the corridor at junior high with Sandy, cutting snowflakes without scissors and proposing marriage vows.
That wasn't me!
In the twinkle of your brain at 5:02 when you could barely fall asleep and hung your bedspread on the wall.
That wasn't me!
On the sidewalk in Seattle, brushing past you in a rush to beat the subway when you turned and hit a lamp.
That wasn't me!
Underneath the public entrance to the food court of the mall with just a camera in my hands.
That wasn't me!
One of these days, the shoreline keeping you away from yourself isn't gonna be there anymore, and you're just gonna have to
I can see them coming across the landing and facing her as she skips.
Every malicious white rook and bishop moving together,
Crumbling quick, they do not know the reason they chase her.
rectification keeping them sane.
Kingdom asunder,
Sun-kissed and moonstruck, I will not aid them.
I am too fat.
Everybody wants to be a light, stepping out their head and approaching the truth tonight. They gotta find what can make them feel alright, 'cause everybody's their protagonist and willing to fight. Everybody wants to be a light, looking in the mirror, seeing heroes on their left and right. They gotta find what can make them a white knight, 'cause everybody's got their skeletons all hidden out of sight.
Consequentially, they all flutter to the edge of the town, and with their hypertension scuttling a frugal scramble to upstage the gentleman, depleting every fully charged Tesla in the nickel arcade. It doesn't impress the dame, but they can damn well give it their all, feet in the flames. It seems that the rules of the game were made for one purpose, to shame the players. Follow the spit-stained trail the wolves leave, and you'll put yourself above them in their pyramid scheme, 'cause that lame cologne and that A-frame home are exposing their intent, stripping meat off the bone. They promise compensation in exchange for confirmation. Feels like hyperventilation when they start to encroach. See the king of the wolves is coming back to his spot. He's having on. Now will a string hold?
never thought that never that I could cry.
Butterfly effect.
Pushing brain, pushing brain, pushing brain.
You can see the light of day.
End of the day, the clover frozen in mud, the painting left by the road, the golden lantern unlit. In the midst of the bay, the silver necklace would float, the plastic melting the beach, the walkers burning their brains. Under highways and tents, the last of 20 devoid, a simple tattered and tatted collection sunken in ash. After addresses changed and numbers scribbled away, the children found they escaped, and it just wasn't the path you wanted to make. You wanted to save, it couldn't rethink and couldn't contain. It wanted to wait. You wanted to save, it couldn't replace and couldn't deface. It wanted to wake up, wanted to smell again, couldn't rethink. Not this time, it's undone. At the end of the path, the river splicing together, the staples groaning and creaking, the leaves covered in wax. In the center of town, the wires chewed and mismanaged, the locals dancing and singing, the prices slanted and bold. Under wintergreen mirror edges, a softening spirit catches the face of a monster with 20 years in his brain. After spilling her drink, the tired face of a passenger echoed out of his window, but this just wasn't the stop she wanted to take. He wanted to save, it couldn't rethink and couldn't contain. It wanted to wait, he wanted to save, it couldn't replace and couldn't deface. It wanted to wake up, wanted to touch again, couldn't rethink. Not this time, it's undone. At the end of the song, the final message was gone. The lyrics jaded and burdened, the iron puzzle unturned. In the light you could feel the way the pieces were missing, the shape of every third syllable mixed with oil and rice. Under mall elevators and over black and white lizards, the power couldn't be bothered to get the blink of a mind. After fleeing the scene, the chessboard fresh in my wake, I took a drink from the water and gagged. It wasn't a noise I wanted to fake. I wanted to save, it couldn't rethink and couldn't contain. It wanted to wait, I wanted to save, it couldn't replace and couldn't deface. It wanted to wake up, wanted to laugh again, couldn't rethink. Not this time, it's undone.